said about Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson on the Senate floor yesterday.
Judge Jackson represented 4 terrorists as a public defender, one of whom she continued to represent in private practice, voluntarily. In every one of those cases, she claimed the terrorist had never had any affiliation with the Taliban or Al-Qaeda. And in every one of those cases, she accused the Bush administration and American soldiers of war crimes. One of her clients designed the prototype shoe bomb that was used in an unsuccessful attempt to blow up a passenger airplane. Another planned and executed a rocket attack on U.S. forces in Afghanistan. And a third was arrested in a raid on an Al-Qaeda explosives training camp. Yet in every case, she claimed that none of them had anything to do with terrorism. Not a thing. Totally innocent, just goat herders who were picked up by marauding American troops. You know, the last Judge Jackson left the Supreme Court to go to Nuremberg and prosecute the case against the Nazis. This Judge Jackson might have gone there to defend them.
The Anti-Defamation League.
That just made the ghost of Joe McCarthy blush.
Yes.
The ADL denounced Senator Cotton on Twitter, quote, to use a Nazi analogy as some sort of twisted way to attack Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is reprehensible. We've said it 1,000 times, and we'll say it again. Stop trivializing the Holocaust for political gain.
Republicans have repeatedly questioned Judge Jackson about the work she did over a decade ago in defending 4 men once held at Gitmo. As she noted, she didn't choose to represent the detainees, but was assigned their cases while employed as a federal public defender. From 2005 to 2007, according to the AP, quote, Jackson never traveled to Gitmo to meet the men. Instead, her role was research and writing. The AP continues, the 4 men Jackson represented were alleged to have been Al-Qaeda bomb experts, a Taliban intelligence officer, a man trained to fight American forces in Afghanistan, and a farmer associated with the Taliban. None was ever tried, much less convicted, by the military commissions that were set up to deal with the detainees. Even those who were eventually charged had those charges dropped. All were eventually released. Jackson initially was assigned to Gitmo cases as a public defender. She has said she continued to work on one of the cases when she moved to private practice because her firm was assigned to represent the man. That is the way it works in our constitutional republic, folks. If you don't know that, guess what? You can be forgiven for that because you're not a lawyer. But guess what? In the case of Tom Cotton, he has no excuse. He is twisting this so out of context. It is a wretched display for yet another Ivy League guy.
Read, Joe.
Another Ivy Leaguer who went to Harvard Law School, lying to you, acting stupid about what happens when you're a public defender, what happens when you're assigned a case. You know why you're assigned those cases? Because the Constitution of the United States of America, which Republicans like Tom Cotton claim to defend, they carry it around in their pocket, hold up their little pocket-sized Constitution.
Read, Joe.
Don't really give a damn about what's inside of it. Because if Tom Cotton did, he'd understand that she was doing what the Constitution of the United States guarantees every American that lawyers will do and that lawyers have done since the beginning of this republic. He knows better. That's what makes it so absolutely, positively shameful. Last week, Bill Maher talked about these Republican attacks against one of America's bedrock constitutional principles.